This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello humans, and thank you for joining me in another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, smash the like button. Now, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode... Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all of you out there. For everybody else around the world, happy holidays, whatever holidays you might be celebrating. Today I wanted to talk to you about, finally, the Wii U. You can see my camera back there, look at that. Cheap old camera, but it works. And, you know, at the end of every year, it's a great time to give thanks. Not only in Thanksgiving, but especially during Christmas times where, you know, a lot of people have a lot of things, right? They have brand new things. But there's people out there that maybe don't have a lot of great things or, you know, are struggling for one reason or another. And that used to be my case a lot of times when I was a kid. You know, and people would tell you, hey, be thankful, you know, and when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, well, you know, I don't have the president I want. But, you know, that's how you are when you're a kid. As you grow older, you become more aware of your surroundings, what you have, what you should be grateful for, and you know, you realize that you may not be as good as some, but better than most, you know, and that's probably the truth for everybody out there, you know. But when you are down, it's nice to reflect on the things that you do have, and it's nice to sit back and appreciate the things you do have. In my case, you know, I bought this game. I'll tell you a little bit of story about my Wii U collection. The first thing that I bought is this game, Tokyo Sessions. And I bought it before I even had the system. And at the time, you know, I couldn't afford the system. I knew someday, somehow, I would finagle my way to buying one, like I did on Craigslist, because, you know, I'm a wise shopper when it comes to video games. And yeah, so I finally got it, right? So I finally get my Wii U. Had to put it in storage because I didn't have anywhere to play it, because it was during my transition here to this new town and what have you. But yeah, always with that hope, right? Always with that desire in my heart to play the Wii U. Now, take you back a few years, I actually bought the Wii when it came out, and it's when I was trying to get back into gaming, but I also know that it would be a game that not only my son but my daughters would play. My son could play, you know, the PS3, but my daughters could play the Wii, you know, and it was just more accessible console. And for me, you know, Nintendo has always held a special place in my heart, just like many other people. For me, it was the first console that I bought myself, that I had to work, and I mean literally have a job and work so I can buy this console. And it was always special for me, you know, and like I said, during my journey through life, especially in my younger years, you know, now that I'm a little bit more seasoned, it's easier for me to obtain things. But when I was younger, especially raising a family, it was a lot tougher, you know. So I'm thankful for all the things that I have. Yes, I have a lot of games now, you know, by the standards of most people. I have a lot of games, but I put all those dreams and desires that I had through the years to the back end right now, where I can sit down and enjoy, and my kids are grown, you know, and I have time for myself, and I can indulge a little more in my favorite activity, which is playing games. And just like that, you know, it came to pass that I have the Wii U, right? The much maligned Wii U. And it was tough for me. It was tough for me seeing people how down they were on the console. And yes, you know, Nintendo made a lot of mistakes with this console. But it doesn't mean that people didn't want it. You know, there was people out there like me who wanted it. You know, I mean, it was tough for me to watch people complain so much about the console. And I'd be like, man, if I had that console, I could tell you a bunch of things that I would do with it, right? So yeah, you know, so finally it comes true. I'm going to play my first game on it, and I want to share that experience with you guys, right? My first real game where I'm going to sit there and play it more than the rest. I've sampled a few, you know, tested out the console, of course. But this is going to be my first playthrough. I wanted to play this game in particular, and I bought it because it had Persona characters. At least that's what I thought at the time, and it does. But yeah, you know, and I thought, well, someday I will own this console and I can play. It'll play my Wii games that I have. So, you know, it's something for the future. I don't own every Nintendo console, but I've owned many Nintendo devices through the years. You know, the Game Boys, original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and yeah, they've always been bright spots. You know, bright spots in my video game history, you know, in my video game life. Not only getting them, but enjoying them, getting to play them, you know. And I just wanted to share a message with you guys out there. If things aren't going great, you know, take a break, take a breather. It'll be all right. Don't put the weight of the world on your shoulders, you know, and, you know, move forward. Things will get better, you know, just like I finally came across my Wii U. You will come across your dreams and goals if you just stay steady, moving forward, and going in the right direction. You will get there. Now, let's get there on Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Mirage Sessions, that is. Let's go. Now, guys, I'm turning on this game. I want to give you the perspective of an older gamer, you know, because you depending where in life you're at, you might not realize how special that is. This is playing a game like this for somebody of my generation for a couple of reasons. One is when I was growing up, I could never dream of graphics like this, right? I mean, I come from the 4-bit, 16-bit era, number one. Number two is, growing up, I was really a fan of Japanese culture, specifically anime, right? Anime cartoons. I loved them ever since I saw them in black and white, if you can believe that. Those are the first animes that I saw. And to think that someday I would be combining the two things that I love, two of the things that I love the most as far as hobbies, which should be anime and video games, man, if I would have known that when I was a kid, it'd probably make my brain explode, right? But what a special time you guys had if you guys grew up with these consoles where you could enjoy this and give you the perspective that when I was growing up, right? Here in the US, it wasn't the same outside of the US. Now, you have to remember, I grew up abroad. I just didn't grow up in this country, even though I was born in America. But being in America, being a fan of anime was something that you would hide when I was growing up. It wasn't like today where, you know, you have conventions and Comic-Con and everything else. No, when I was growing up, it was not cool to be a fan of anime and mangas and stuff like that. But outside this country, I had friends from Japan where they would show me their mangas and their toys and everything else, and I was just blown away by the culture. I remember looking at early anime in black and white and just be fascinated by the imagination and the different types of cartoons they had, and it was just so amazing to me. And in comparison, I found American cartoons sometimes just plain boring. I mean, it just, I like the Marvels. Sometimes I was even more interested in the old Marvel cartoons from the 1960s because I found them to be more creative, because the animation, it had so many limitations. Their stories would have to be deeper. And if you guys ever get a chance to watch those old animes, I encourage you to do so, and also watch the old Marvel cartoons from the 1960s. Regardless, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I want you to realize how special this is for me, playing these type of games in video game form with anime cutscenes. I mean, it's just something that is just, man, it's just something I value so much. Also, it was very tough for me hearing people complain about this video game system when I wanted it so bad, right? And people who had it would just complain about it. Of course, they'd never give it to me, but they just like to have it and bitch about it, right? And moan about it. But now that I'm holding it and I'm playing it and I'm seeing how to interact with it, and first of all, I have to say that it took me a good 20 minutes to figure out how to exit the text screen, right? It really had a senior moment here, and it really made me feel old that I couldn't figure out this game. But I finally did. And I was able to use the screen, the portable screen, as the controller. And man, let me tell you, I mean, for these RPGs, it gave me a little bit of a DS feel, but I can see what wasted potential they had with this machine, But not only that, in the future, do you think the Switch could be this device to a more powerful system that the Switch could marry to? I don't know, but it'd be an idea, right? If they ever want to upgrade the Switch like that. But man, I'm telling you, I think for RPGs, and I've only owned a few Wii U games, but man, what a great way to interact with the system at both screens. Something that the DS did so well for certain games. But yeah, man, I mean, wow, I finally have it. I'm playing it. I can't believe it. I'm enjoying it. Man, to me, doing this at Christmas is great, man. And enjoy the things you have, guys. Value the things you have. Enjoy the moment that you're living right now in gaming, because I'm telling you, from an old timer, you're truly in a special time. And I know there's a lot of negativity, specifically on YouTube, but don't let that spoil the great times that can be had with these systems. And man, you can go back in time and enjoy your Wii U, your Wii, your 360. Forget about what anybody else says. The only thing that matters is that you're enjoying your system the way you want it to, man. And let me tell you, I don't care how old this Wii U is. I don't care that it's not brand new. I don't care that I don't have the box. I do really care that I'm playing this game right now and I'm enjoying it. Am I going to break down the game for you? The video would be too long. But I can see Atlas fingerprints all over this game. And you know what? I love it. I'm a big Atlas fanboy. And yep, no shame in saying it, I've admired this company for a long time, and whenever they put their name on something, I'll usually buy it. Sometimes for collection purposes, sometimes because I want to play the game. Regardless, I'm enjoying it right now. And man, am I glad to have a Wii U at this moment. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click the notification bell, and remember, never be afraid to be happy. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.